Hey guys, first Regardsman here, and I'll be talking about a heroic heavy bolt rifle build for the Techmarine class in patch 12.0 Space Marine 2 on the new public test server. Now, the Techmarine is a pretty unique class in this game. It has a ton of build paths, and today I'm going to be doing more of an equipment focus because this class has a ton of options to fully utilize your equipment. Things like a combat resupply that give you an additional equipment outside of melta bombs, things like buffing up your range damage after using equipment, and just giving your equipment better radius down here on top of bonus damage debuffs on enemies. So pretty cool synergies here, and on top of this, we'll be showcasing the brand new heroic heavy bolt rifle that is just a heavy bolt rifle with, guess what, a grenade launcher. And the heavy bolt rifle is one of the most popular weapons in this game already because people love the DACA, and this one also has explosions, so I think people are going to like this one a lot. It's probably one of the more popular options in the entire game. As far as the base stats of this gun go, it is pretty much the same as the other options for the basic heavy bolt rifle because it has, 8+ firepower, 5 accuracy instead of the 6 here, but for the most part, doesn't matter too much, and the accuracy and ammunition of this is pretty decent, and that's actually really good for the Techmarine because Techmarine does not have any ammo economy perks, so having this extra fat ammo stack is pretty nice. Now, as far as the perk tree is concerned, I just go down the standard setup with things like Headhunter into the perk here, Adamant Hunter. When your health is below 30%, headshots will deal 25% more damage. Moving here into the perk Fast Reload, and then the perk Able Reload. After you use a class ability, the equipped weapon will instantaneously reload. This perk is pretty good on the heavy already because Iron Halo is used all the time, but it's also pretty decent with our Servo Gun because Servo Gun on its own is a very powerful class ability, but also comes back far faster than, say, things like the Auspex do on Tactical, because you are able to turn off your Servo Gun after 2 shots and save some ammunition that way, so pretty good synergy there, and Able Reload is a pretty damn good perk on this class. Next perk here is Headhunter, moving down here into the perk at Great Might. Then I pick up the perk Increased Capacity because, like I said before, we really don't have any ammo economy perks on this class, so picking up extra ammunition does help us a lot. Then I grab the perk here, Recoupment. Killing a Majora's level or higher enemy with a headshot with this weapon will restore 1 armor segment. The cooldown is 15 seconds. The drip-fed armor restore in Space Marine 2 is incredible. Any amount of armor remaining will reduce all incoming melee damage to 0, even from bosses. And this is really nice on this class especially because this guy only has 1 source of armor regen on his own with Fortifying Salvo, which is a pretty good option. But besides that, he's pretty much stuck with weapon perks on his ranged weapons and his melee weapons. So we'll get into that later. Now, as far as the next perk in this tree, I do take Rapid Health. When your health is below 30%, killing 7 enemies rapid succession restores your health by 10%. This perk is pretty damn good in general in Space Marine 2, but on the heavy bolt rifle, especially when you slap a grenade launcher on it, getting 7 kills in rapid succession is very, very easy, and Rapid Health really does solve some HP issues that you can possibly have, you get really, really low on this class occasionally, and really any class of the heavy bolt rifle, and getting back to a 30% or above is pretty damn nice. So great perk, great synergy there. Next perk here is Perpetual Penetration, moving down here into the perk Extended Magazine, then up here into the perk Divine Might for a 10% damage increase. Now, you may be wondering, FTG, why are we skipping over Tactical Precision? Headshots deal 20% more damage, and non-headshot damage decreases by 10%. This perk sounds pretty epic. Well, the big thing about this perk is it actually reduces all non-headshot range damage, period, which means our grenade launcher portion will do less damage if we take this, so we do skip over it on this version. Though if you want to pick this one up when this officially drops, you definitely could. I'm just trying to explain that's why I didn't take it today. Now, for a secondary here, I did take the Rate of Fire Plasma, and I'm not going to go super in-depth on this one because I do talk about this weapon all the time, but all you need to know is this one has incredible charge speed thanks to the Rate of Fire stat, on top of the fact it does great damage and has great CHP regen. I would pretty much set up this way all the time. Now, for the melee weapon selection, I did take the brand new heroic Omnissian Axe. Yes, you heard me correctly, we are getting a heroic version of this right off the bat, which is pretty nice because you'll be able to purchase this immediately on patch 12 when it drops and be able to level up your Omnissian Axe with a heroic variant with far better stats. Now, I'll be honest, I don't think that this weapon is the most top tier option ever. I haven't played around with it a ton, so there could be some seriously hidden mechanics that just push this thing over the edge. But for now, my first impressions are it's okay. It's not an amazing weapon. It is really fun to use though, and does have a pretty interesting moveset, and does have a lot of depth to its moveset. It's just overall, I feel like some of the things here, no knockback capabilities and damage, just aren't quite where they should be. But that might change in the future, and there could be synergies people will find out in the days to come. Now, as far as the heroic perk effect for this goes, this is called Pointy End. Damage of the attack after Omnissian Rush is increased based on the time of the charge. So pretty much we just go for an Omnissian Rush build on this, which is why we go down the top tree. The top tree here starting off with Perpetual Strength, Moving down here into the perk Armor Siphon, killing a foe with the Omnissian Strike, which was an armor segment. The cooldown is 60 seconds. Now just keep in mind, on the public test server, some of these weapon perks are like a little oddly worded on their descriptions, just because this is a test server after all. But this one is pretty good because any type of armor regen in Space Marine 2 is pretty strong, but a 60-second cooldown, they probably could lower that a little bit, but we'll see what they do. Next perk here is Perpetual Strength. Moving here into the perk Static Strike. Each foe hit during Omnissian Rush increases damage by 10% within 4 seconds. That is pretty decent, though it is worded pretty strangely again, but 10% damage buffs, definitely not bad. Next perk here is Iron Rush. Incoming range damage reduced by 50% while using the Omnissian Rush attack. A 50% range damage reduction is tremendous in Space Marine 2. If you were to stack that with the heavies encompassing Aegis, that takes you like straight up to 75% at base when you are charging as a Techmarine. Now, Omnissian Rush is really easy to pull off. All you have to do the rush attack is just hold down your attack button at all. So having a 50% range damage reduction is pretty damn useful. Next perk here is Armored Strength. You have armor remaining melee damage increased by 10%. Moving up here into the perk Expose. Foes hit by the Omnissian Rush or Omnissian Strike take 15% increased damage for 5 seconds. Now, the way these perks usually work is that they apply a debuff to the enemy for your entire team. So this perk, if it works for your whole team, it is really damn good. And to be honest, anything that ups the damage on enemies in this game from like other sources is strong on its own. So really good synergy there with things like your servo gun, which is why I do like this perk quite a bit. Next perk here is Rampage. If the Omnissian Rush hits 5+ foes, the power of all melee attacks is increased by 20% for 10 seconds. Now, I haven't tested how the damage calculation for this actually works, whether or not it's additive or multiplicative, but this could be a very strong perk depending on how the damage is properly calculated. But to be honest, probably not the best option ever on the fencing version because our base strength is just not that high compared to balance or block, but still a pretty good perk overall if that damage buff is substantial. Next perk here is Restorative Takedown. Killing resource level higher foe with the sprint attack restores an armor segment if HP is lower than 30%. Getting below 30% HP on a Techmarine is pretty dangerous because this class does not have a lot of damage reduction and has no HP increases at all in its perk tree. So you are fairly squishy if you do get smacked, but you also have a lot of ways to keep enemies off of you. So a pretty good option, though I just don't think this HP requirement is as good as like a flat cooldown would be for like 15 seconds or something, but that's what I decided to go with for now. Final perk here is Explosive Strike. Omnissian Strike damage increases by 40%. On hit, it creates a small energy explosion around the target. The cooldown is 15 seconds. This one can blow up barrels around you, which is kind of hilarious and also gets you killed sometimes, but overall, pretty fun to use. You could pick up other perks like Perpetual Speed down here, which kind of helps out your speed sometimes. To be honest, I don't find these to be that useful overall. Or you can pick up Perpetual Strength, even like a bonus melee damage. That is up to you. Or you could skip these final two and just go down here into Executioner, which is Electric Discharge damage increased by 25% against foes hit by your light combo within the last 5 seconds. I do think this combo down here is overall stronger than the one up here, but I just want to go all the way down for like the meme Explosive Strike. That's pretty much everything there is for the Omnissian Axe on this build. Now let's have a talk about the main meat and potatoes of this build, which is of course the perk tree. And now the Techmarine is a pretty unique perk tree. First up, our ability is called the Servo Gun, ability to unleash a powerful servo gun volley, and our starting perk is you can detect and activate torrential sentry guns. They will attack nearby enemies until they run out of ammo or are destroyed. Now, in my playtime on the public test server, the torrential sentry guns are cracked. These things do ridiculous boss damage, they are super fun, and the servo gun is also a very powerful ability, especially when you build it into the burn we'll talk about later. So first perk I take is Explosive Enfilade. After using equipment, your range damage increases by 15% for 10 seconds. Now we have a ton of equipment perks in this build. Over here we have the perk Methodical Destruction that makes enemies take 25% more damage for 10 seconds after we use equipment on them. And down here we have an increased radius on our equipment of 15%. So having all of these put together, it does come out to more enemies getting damage, more enemies having a debuff on them, and us getting more range damage on top of that. So pretty great synergy. And the next perk here is Explosives Adept. Damage from equipment increases by 20%, which makes our equipment even better overall. So pretty good option here. And the next option is Combat Squad Resupply. All team members gain 1 additional equipment except for Melta Bombs. Now, losing out on Melta Bombs here does kind of suck. It does help out the crack grenades quite a bit, because getting 3 instead of 2 cracks is a pretty decent option. But to be honest, I do wish they had just made it so this one gives you an additional Melta Bomb, but they're probably worried about the synergy this will have with the perk over here, Secure Stockpile, which for all I know, might get nerfed in the next patch, because this one is pretty cracked, to be honest, especially looking at the equipment perks for Techmarine overall compared to that one. But this one's still pretty decent in like a vacuum. Next perk up here is Designated Target. Enemies hit by the servo gun take 15% more damage for 10 seconds. This is just another damage debuff on the enemies, or damage taken debuff, which is pretty nice to have, especially when you combine it with things like the 25% debuff from the Methodical Destruction perk. And the perk down here is Replenishing Salvo. Killing or incapacitating an enemy with the servo gun restores one equipment. The cooldown is 90 seconds. This perk is really easy to trigger because you will be killing or incapacitating enemies with the servo gun all the damn time. Really easy to trigger this perk, even compared to perks like Consecutive Execution, because you'll be killing or incapacitating enemies with your servo gun all the time, and definitely a must-have for any equipment build. Now, the next perk I take here is Fortifying Salvo. Killing or incapacitating an enemy with the servo gun restores an armor segment. The cooldown is 30 seconds. Now, this one functions pretty damn well with any variant of the servo gun. Doesn't matter if you have the precise calibration protocols, or precision enhancement, plasma enhancement, it is up to you. Take whatever you want. This will perform well on all of them because having armor regen even on a 30-second cooldown with something like this prerequisite is pretty damn powerful. Now, the final perk here is, of course, Omnissian Fury. These servo gun shots will set your enemies on fire. Now, this one is just incredible. And I'll also put it, like, fire in this game is an incredibly powerful effect. It is no different here on the servo gun. Even on the precision enhancement, where you only get 4 shots, this one is still a super powerful perk effect, because burn effects like the Pyre Blaster and Pyre Cannon are just top tier in Space Marine 2. This is an amazing perk, really fun to use. I hope they don't change this at all from the PTS, because for now, it's a really fun option. I just hope they buff up some of the other ones, because these ones aren't terrible by any means. This one is just that strong, so I'm taking it here today. Now, for our prestige perk list, the prestige perks of the Techmarine are a little boring. Number 1, chain headshots. Headshot damage increases by 3% per consecutive headshot, up to a maximum of 15%. The bonus lasts 5 seconds without landing a headshot. This is just the Acuity perk on Tactical. Like, it is the exact same perk, almost word for word, pretty much. And it's good here. It's good on the Techmarine as well. And it's really good with the Heavy Bolt Rifle because you need headshots. Just kind of boring they copied it. Next perk here is Stim Boost. Medicated Stims for 40% more health. This is also a copied perk. It's just resilience on the Bulwark and Tactical as well. And it's also good here because HP is pretty powerful. Though I will say, the new stim they added in this patch, it does kind of make this perk a little less valuable, because I don't think the new Medicaid Stim Boost gets any like benefit from this perk at all. I haven't tested that. It might, but for now, I think it has a little bit lost value compared to the previous patches. We are an equipment build after all, so kind of a no-brainer, and this is actually one of the most entertaining perks in the game, in my opinion. It does feel pretty fun to, like, use a frag grenade or a shock grenade and know, like, alright guys, we're getting maximum equipment value out of this one. Even though it may not be the strongest option in the entire game, it's a pretty fun gimmick, and I actually like it quite a bit. Final perk here is Furious Gunstrike. After using a Gunstrike, melee damage increases by 25% for 5 seconds. This is one of the best perks, like, in any prestige perk tree, in my opinion, but especially for him because the servo gun does allow you to gunstrike with 0 animation, which means you get this buff pretty much all the damn time, and it's honestly a ton of fun to use this perk. The gunstrikes on the Techmarine are one of the most entertaining portions of it. It really does feel like you are a Robo-Man that's just firing off your AI-controlled turret all the time. This is one of the most entertaining playstyles in the game currently, in my opinion. I think players are going to fall in love with this one. I'll be covering a ton of Techmarine in the weeks to come, and overall, my first impressions of this class is it's an amazing class. It is super fun to play, and I think players are going to fall in love with this one. So hopefully this guide gave you a bit of an idea of how the Techmarine plays, and here's some actual gameplay of this build. And as always, guys, if you like content like this, subscribe for more. Take it easy. Thanks for watching. Bye. Alright, so we got our turret back up. We're gonna go over here to the ammo box. That's probably up. Or there might even be a turret. I don't know where the turret spawns are on this map. That was the worst possible equipment we could have gotten there, though. Oh, here's a turret. Perfect. Alright, just let the turret cook. That was maybe a little ambitious of me. There's a master of that Tyranid Venom Camp warrior. You see like a crazed Techmarine just rushing you with a halberd. You're like, I guess I'll just shoot my gun. Absolute. Oh, it's absolute. That is just absolute difficulty damage of that. They are like, those things are definitely getting nerfed before they go live, but... Floppy Bile Tiger, thank you for the $5 super chat. Outputs its launch up until about a month ago. I'm loving the game and your builds and guys have been very helpful. Crimson Fist, brothers, Sons of Dorn. Dorn's Gene Seed is just built different. Definitely is here. Ooh, Melted Bombs. You don't actually get an additional one for this. I feel like that's something they should change. I think 2 Melted Bombs is okay.
You need to acquire the Astra Militarum demolition codes required to deploy and arm their ordnance. Source one from any soldier you see, alive or otherwise. Scanner suggests we have located the code. Proceed to the Prometheum refinery and complete the demolition preparations.
Red Orchard, welcome to the Adeptus Astartes. This is a fun-ass build, I gotta say. You know, I was undervaluing the equipment, but the new heavy bolt rifle, this is a heroic variant. That's pretty good. That's so cool. That was a new class. The new class is a bop. So you are technically squishier than the tactical is, but the big thing here is that the tactical does not have like the ridiculous amount of crowd control this class does. You have a lot of things going on in this one. Like you get your servo gun, you get your torrential sentry gun. You have a ton of extra equipment. I mean, secure stockpile is the best equipment in the game, so that's pretty similar on the tactical, to be fair. But still, Doofus, thank you for the prime sub. Hey, Doofus. FTG at night, it's true.
Obstacle removed.
this unprocessed promethium shall make a fire that will be seen from the stars.
Destroyed. Reloading. Servo gun is fully operational.
It's like someone starts your purity seals. It's true. Ah, they're laminated. If anybody's having trouble getting on the public test server, I did just put out a community post showing how to do that. Are the prestige perks any good? They're good. Kind of boring, like not very inspired, but definitely good.
How close are you to the Promethean facility?
Entering the refinery, Command.
You are making good time. We are going to need it.
Dude, I like shocks.
Locus established. No turning back. On servo harness gun available.
Looks like preparations were close before the guard was wiped.
How am I doing in the game? What's up, David?
Use the codes to
I'm doing pretty well.
finish its deployment into the grid Promethean well. Cautiously. If you know what is good for you.
Okay, that's... I do want to try the balanced version of this. I talked to Zambit about that. They said it was not that good, but the block version of this isn't very good. Which I kind of agree. It's too slow. It's slow like a Thunderhammer with none of the upside. It's actually too slow to get its combos off properly. There's no hyper armor on the like this overhead here has no hyper armor, so it can be a little hard to pull off certain things.
Stealth-based Xenos revealed and removed. Refreshing armaments.
How do you feel about the rush attack? It feels awkward to me when you hit and just stop. It is a little awkward. It's good for like movement and like getting through horrors and having all that range damage reduction. But besides that, it's a little gimmicky.
Xenos organisms incoming. Check your walk here.
But how do we feel about my Iron Hands brethren? I fitted them out myself. They look quite good, I must say. There's left and right. The Iron Hands.
Suppress the enemy heading to generator.
What's the name of the Techmarine? I believe his name is Tellurian.
Biological incursion at Generator 1. Do not foul the machine god's blessed mechanisms with your guidance.
You honor your
X-axis aligned. Disruption of operation generated.
We will have to hold it.
Bring it into the Omnissian's proper alignment.
This is truly a Kobe. We hit nothing. Okay. It was not a Kobe. I know, guys. What's an underperforming basketball player?
formidable Tyranid organism terminated. Reloading. Firewall detected. Tactical supplies located. Caution, brother. Servo gun is fully operational. Utilizing anti-
That was an L by me.
Crane drive is jammed. Perform the necessary cleansing to
Oh, okay. Well, that's just roll. I nailed but two out of three.
Living gun battery destroyed. Munitions replenished.
Jonathan Kaminga. Alright, that's us. Those throws we did. Danny DeVito's an underperforming basketball player. I mean, he definitely would be. He is quite short. He definitely would be an underperforming basketball player. I know.
biological accumulation generated. Probable avian infestation.
Grenade active. Replenishing ordnance.
Y-axis
Does Techmarine have access to the Pyro-Blaster? No. He can burn, though.
blessed be the Omnissian's divine precision.
Hold out the wild dog.
He has a Combi Melta.
Intercept the swarm bearing generator 4.
Warning. Violent dismantling of Generator 4 in progress. Punish the ignorant iconoclasts.
Attention, small mines detected.
Reclaim that generator from the enemy.
Cycling cartridges. Let the servo gun do its job. Spore mines are getting this down. They detect the Xenos organic matter rots under our containers.
Demolition deployment sequence concluded. Nano errors found under the Omnissian's functional oculus.
Bomb is in space, command.
There is an observation platform overlooking the Cryptomethium fields. It will make it
I have never actually seen these turrets get blown up. They've only ever just stopped shooting when they run out of ammo. They use like a interact with them again. Excuse me.
Ammunition acquired.
Is this absolute? Yes. This is absolute.
Our foes call upon their reserve forces.
The Techmarine should have had the Bull Carbine too. He has the Oculus. That's pretty fun.
ready to advance. Gun strike ready to deploy.
Do turrets spawn if there's no Techmarine present? No, I don't. Actually, maybe they do. You just can't interact with them.
Xenos Alpha base eradicated. Xenos activity is increasing rapidly. Prepare to engage. Concussive grenade deployed.
Get nothing.
Tyranid leader base destroyed.
Lose that turret online. Get the turret online.
Monstrous Xenos eradicated. Servo harness gun available. Monitor status.
Oh, now we really need that turret online.
Replenishing ordnance. Launched.
Oh shit, oh shit. Ow.
Line state to move. Psychoteric in sight. Prioritize headshots. Replenishing ordnance. Formidable tyranid organisms eliminated. Inserting fresh magazines. Tyranid psycho neutralized. Servo gun is fully operational. Shock grenade out. Cycling cartridges. Large tyranid organism destroyed. Heavily armored bioform destroyed. Never left the tyranid onslaught.
Avatar, thank you for the prime sub. I'm sure you know this already, but I have a theory turrets only spawn where bosses can spawn. I don't think that's true, because I've gotten places where like there's no possible boss spawn, where they've had them.
Reloading.
God, these things, look at this little champion, dude. This is the champion of mankind. This is premium humanity engineering right there. Dark Age of Technology type shit.
Gun strike ready to deploy. My servo harness gun will handle this. We have arrived at Nozik's facility. Run distraction efforts as long as you can.
Your plan
Type
is sound,
shit,
brother.
yeah.
The swarm will be broken.
I will hold you to that.
The lost art, really.
Servo harness gun
Did
available.
you try the mission with the Techmarine dialogue? Yeah, they just removed the voice line. I'm saying there's no Techmarine.
Out of ammunition. Repairing biocomponents. Refreshing armaments.
Take heart.
They sound cool. Maybe the Vultures sound a little weak. But the little woo-woo. I like that. Sounds pretty neat. FCG, are you enjoying the PTS? I think it's great, Jabroni. I think this is the best patch for this game.
The enemy comes, Captain. But we are prepared.
Dig in. We need that bomb triggered for optimal yield. Orbital scan estimates the bulk of the swarm will not be in position for a while yet. Keep your heads and get it done.
Enemies have split from the main force. Prepare to intercept.
Alright, where's the nade here? Regular frags. Regular frags actually aren't that bad for us. But we do apply a buff. Or a debuff to the enemy, I should say. Buff our range damage just by using him.
Ordnance. Tyranids have unleashed the soldiers. The bulk of the swarm is continuing along the predicted path. Continue holding. Fragmentation grenade. Psychoclassified Xenos destroyed. Monstrous Xenos eradicated. Cycling cartridges.
I grab that thing.
Enemies detected in the refinery.
Does the Techmarine have a way to get an equipment pack? Yes, he does. He has one that on an incapacitation or kill with your servo gun, you will get an equipment back. So, actually pretty easy to pull off. God, the turrets are so cool.
Halfway there, brothers. Keep it up.
Another tyrannic push!
They were should nerf the boss damage on the turrets, not even a debate. Yeah, it probably will get nerfed on that. I imagine they'll definitely nerf the turret quite a bit. It's a little bit ridiculous, but it's funny.
The swarm has almost fully committed. Be ready for my mark.
Oh no, honestly, if they launched it that OP, I think that'd actually be better for the game. Because I think when you have something launched ridiculously powerful in your Horde shooter, it's generally just better for the game. Initially. Like Arby's is like that in Dark Tide. Just launched ridiculous.
Tyranid leader base destroyed. Servo gun is fully operational. Servo gun strike in progress. Inserting fresh magazines. You are clear to detonate. Cook those rotten bastards. We end this now.
The Helldivers 2 victim, I disagree with you. I mean, when I'm talking like new classes in the game, Helldivers doesn't have classes as weapons. But, like, nobody wants to play a class that sucks when it comes out. But I think that this class is going to be very popular. And a big reason for that is because a lot of what it does is automated. And it removes a lot of, like, it's very spam happy. Like, it makes it very easy for you as a player to be like, oh no, I'm dying, what do I do? My servo gun will kill the guy in front of me and just murder that biowar. My plasma shots will kill them. My gun strikes have no animations, so I don't get frame trapped. I think it's gonna be very popular with new players for that reason. That's a great thing for the game.
Extraction team en route. Evacuate immediately.
They really cooked with this patch. That's great. I think it's the best patch the game's ever seen. It definitely is.
Extraction complete. Returning to orbit.
The only one that's even comparable is like patch 10, and that's only because patch 10 added in like the stratagems mode. I think the stratagems mode was like the best thing for the game in terms of player retention. Despite how much people like grumble about weekly accolade grind, but then like weekly grinds for things, does keep players in. Why is Bros Techmarine not red? Because we're the Iron Fathers.